Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim here. I don't know what it is. Whenever I start a video, I either have to play with my hair or my glasses. You get what you get. Anyway, so quick channel update, and I got some bottle to show. That's what I'm here for, right? So, I think I had mentioned a while back that I was in the process of we were trying to figure out what we're going to be doing, we're going to be moving, and things like that. And I guess those of you who know me on Facebook, I had put up a kind of a cryptic message. I just had a really shitty day, for lack of a better word. Basically, what had transpired was my mother-in-law was supposed to move in with us. Fine, it is what it is. But we had put a lot of time investing in finding homes that would accommodate my entire family plus her. We actually found one we really liked and went ahead, submitted everything, and we were chasing down my mother-in-law to say, hey, we need some stuff. And she goes, I'm not moving. So we're already told the current place we're not staying. We don't want to anyway. But we had to completely alter our search criteria, and we were out the money that we had already applied. So neither here nor there. We're moving forward. We're hopefully this weekend was a decent weekend, so we're hoping that we found something. So that was it. It was just a real kick in the nuts. And when you got two people in this house to deal with anxiety and depression, it was fun. So, but we're moving forward. So that's the end of that. On to why I'm here. I bought some shit. Some of the stuff I've listened to, some of it I haven't listened to. The stuff that I haven't listened to, I'll probably skim through pretty quickly. And all that, ironically enough, was bought used. All the new stuff that I got in, I had listened to, including a Grail. Let's get started. This is a hell of an album, right? You can't go wrong with Glenn Frey. So the all-nighter, you got Smuggler's Blues, was just an absolute killer song. But I already had it, because I'm a dummy. This will probably end up in VCLT. So there's a new shop in town, and I really wish I could remember the name of it. So I thought I'd check it out. And use vinyl, not so much, but again, they're building. So I'm going to be keeping my eye open on them and hoping I can score some deals. I really wish I could remember the name of it. I'm not stopping. I'm not pausing. It's late. But what I did pick up was pretty nice. So this is The Time, their debut. And yes, it's a promo. So that's definitely an extra nice little kick in the happies. So not only did I pick up this one, but I picked up a much needed upgrade for what time is it? My current copy didn't even have a cover. I think I found it at a yard sale, like 10 cents or something like that. It was a while back. So this one, just very happy to have this one. This one's probably VG plus all the way around. So I was very happy about that. So a couple of extra time to add to the collection. The other one I picked up from that shop, common album that I just don't see and wanted, was a great answer to the vinyl tag, a great side project. The Firm, Paul Rogers and Jimmy Page. That wasn't for effect. That was just sheerly my brain just shutting off. Just some great stuff on here. Not the biggest fan of their cover of You Lost That Love and Feeling, but Radioactive and Satisfaction Guaranteed, Midnight Moonlight, Make or Break. I just thought Paul Rogers' vocals went really well with Jimmy Page's guitar playing, so I was very happy to pick that one up. So, couple of others on the same spot that I picked up the Glenn Frey. Was a thrift store that I just kind of stumbled across, and they're newer as well. Let me keep my eye open on them. Loverboy's 1980 debut. Say what you want about Loverboy. they kind of rocked. Sorry if you don't like them. This was not my introduction to them. My introduction to them was Get Lucky, back when it first came out. I still got my same damn copy because you can't give it away. That's okay, I don't want to. Nothing like seeing Mike Reno's red leathered ass all over the cover, but what are you gonna do? This is just another great one. The Kid Is Hot Tonight, Turn Me Loose. I mean, again, they just came out of the gate swinging, and they just didn't stop. The other one I picked up, and the cover is beat, but the vinyl is decent. To add to the Yes collection, at least for the time being, until I can upgrade this one for the cover, is Yes's Relayer. I'm not even going to pull this one out of the plastic because it's that beat. So, just know. I was glad to pick it up, and I think those were honestly like $1 or $2. So, I actually found another thrift store while we were out house shopping this weekend. So, or at least house touring. Like I'm buying, I'm only renting. But anyway, I was looking at a giant stack of CDs I got. So yeah, I got updates for days. Don't think you can hear it in the background. Got it pretty low because it's late here. It's damn late. It's past my bedtime, like an hour and a half ago. But I picked this one up on the record. Oh, by the way, this is all the new stuff, like sealed. May not be brand new this week, but sealed. So new vinyl, one and only owner. Anyway, Chris, First Pressing Goodness, mentioned something online. Said, hey, check out his album. It's a hell of a deal. I think some of you guys really like it, but it was on back order. And when you do that on Amazon, whatever the price it is, even if it's not in stock, they'll tell you, hey, we're getting more, but this is what it would be if we had it now. If you buy it now, they lock in that price, and you get it. So I had to jump all over this. And a couple people from the VC have been showing this one. Leon Bridges' debut, Coming Home, just really good. It has very much almost a softer, and I say softer, it's like not as powerful, Otis Redding or Wilson Pickett type feel to it, but just really good. And I picked this one up for a steal. This was like $7 and change. I think it was under $8 shipped. I mean, I'll jump on that all day long. Really enjoyed this. I've spun this a couple times. Smooth sailing. Check out. If that doesn't sell you on it alone, I don't know. So there's your titles, in case you're wondering. And they did a really cool, and I can't show it because it's on the table, but really cool replica of the Columbia 6i on this. So just really good. If you have the means to get this, do it. It's really well done. So the next one that I picked up also from Amazon, in the vinyl tag, I had said that I really want to get more of this artist this year. I've streamed a bunch of albums online, and I love everything I've heard. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this one, and I showed this one in my contest entry for Omaha's Introvert, so I won't pull it out, and that's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, I'm in Your Mind Fuzz. This didn't leave the table for a day, I don't think. I spun it like probably 3 or 4 times in a row. Really these guys are prolific, but it's not like they're prolific and it's like, 9 tracks and 3 of them are skips. This is really good stuff. Great modern psych. I really have been just loving everything I hear from them, and they're creative. It's not like just, all right, we're going to throw some effects on it and call it a day. I mean, some of their albums have themes, like their album Quarters. Each part is the exact same time length. That's kind of cool. And I think it's Knocking Down Infinity is meant to be a loop. So if you had the means, it would just be an infinite loop of these 9 segments. I mean, these guys are way too clever for their own damn good. Buy them. Really have enjoyed that one. So the next ones, I got all from the same spot. A spot that I was turned on to by Chad Horbiz. So something's coming out later. We'll talk about that when I can get it. But we were texting back and forth on a different release, oddly enough, in this pile. And so we were talking about it, and I'd asked him if he was picking up this other release, and he said yeah, and he was going to probably get it from uh, Ed's Awesome Sounds, I think is the website. And I was like, oh, let me check it out. And it turned out to be way cheaper than I could have got it from anywhere else. And I actually shared that information with another VCer. So while I was there, they were running a decent sale. So I was like, let me see what they got. And I ended up picking up some stuff from them. First one was this one, which is funny because looking at it, because since I'm recording this in selfie mode, I'm seeing rock, but Korn. This was their Path to Totality. This was their 19 shit. Their 2011 release that was produced with people like Skrillex and Excision, so it had a drum and bass sound to it. My wife is a ridiculously huge Korn fan, to the point where we just bought this one also on CD because it had the bonus DVD of them kind of doing their own version of Live at Pompeii, where they basically are in a crop circle on a cornfield and do a set, which we haven't watched yet. We're looking forward to it, but this is the first time this one's been on vinyl, to the point where my kid, who's really big into electronica, I don't even think he knows I have this. It's on a really cool smoky gray vinyl. Oddly enough, I bought it with the intent of, okay, my wife loves Korn, I'll pick up something that she likes. We were both interested in it, but we never heard it, and it was just, it was a price I couldn't pass. And it actually really worked. I was shocked on how well the overall sound of Korn mashing with a drum and bass or a dubstep or whatever would sound, and it would really work pretty well. There's a couple songs that maybe I don't care for as much, but all in all, that was a decent album. So the next one I picked up, this was big time for the family. We are Jurassic Park / World dinosaur nerds, and when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. This is the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom soundtrack. Not as strong as some of the others, but again, Mondo loves to do these Obi strip kind of mock-ups, and my 5-year-old's eyes lit up. I mean, absolutely lit up when I pulled this out of the box. He just was like, just kind of freaking out. So I do want to get as many of the other Jurassic World and Jurassic Park soundtracks as I can, just because I know that's the kind of stuff he would like. He would dig that a lot. So I was very happy to score that one. Just because of the Obi strip, I'm not going to pull it out because I didn't package the vinyl in between the gates. But decent stuff. This is on black vinyl. They've had colored vinyl releases, but thoroughly enjoyable. Great sound on that one. Great quality. So the last one I picked up from them was something that I didn't even know existed. Come on, there we go. So I've talked about DJ Shadow before. Big surprise, right? And so he was signed initially to a label called Mowax Entertainment. Mowax Entertainment was actually was an article that was written in a magazine by James Lavelle. He was a DJ / A&R promoter, a little bit of everything. And Mowax started as this article where it was talking about the DJ scene and some music and things like that, and releases to look out for and kind of keep your ear open in this magazine in the UK. Well, he was also, being a club DJ, one of the big things was, hey, if you're a DJ, you have a label. So he kind of started Mowax Entertainment, and the idea was to kind of have it in this whole indie art house. He hired graffiti artists to kind of come in and do whatever they wanted to do, create murals and pictures and things like that, and then that became the artwork for some of the 12 inches and releases. for the records they were putting out from their different artists. Well, he ended up signing DJ Shadow, put out Introducing. The rest was phenomenal history. I mean, that record did gangbusters for the label. So now that he's been inspired by DJ Shadow and wanted to take that further, he does all different kinds of things. The reason why I mention all this is because there was a documentary that came out in the UK about James Lavelle, and I found the soundtrack to the documentary on that site. I didn't even know this is a thing. So this is called The Man from Mowax, and there's a cartoon mock-up of James Lavelle there. There's Shadow, and then some of his different artists that he either signed or worked with in his project called Uncle. So this has people on it like RPM, DJ Crush, Dr. Octagon, the Attica Blues, stuff from Uncle and DJ Shadow, Black Alicious, which was another rap group that was signed to Mowax early on, even Queens of the Stone Age, because Josh from Queens of the Stone Age was really good friends with James Lavelle and worked with Uncle on a couple projects. Double vinyl, one on red wax, and then the other on the blue, which I'll pull out. I found this to be a well put together soundtrack, which in turn made me chase down online the documentary, which is kind of why I'm so crazed on it. Hold on, let me get the blue vinyl. It was an enjoyable doc, probably not for everybody. I mean, if you want to learn more about, maybe the history of Mowax Entertainment, maybe the club scene. But I mean, this guy just, there was no fear with whatever he came with as far as ideas and how far he was willing to take them. So James Lavelle just became this crazed A&R guy, and it was just really just, again, like I said, no fear. He saw an idea, he went after it. Which brings me to the last one I picked up, and these two are related. So kind of put a pin in what I was talking about with DJ Shadow and James Lavelle. James Lavelle had this idea to have this collaborative unit, so to speak, based maybe a few people from his label and doing collaborations. And the idea behind that was Uncle. And there would be like kind of a revolving door of artists that would work with Uncle. So as soon as Introducing came out on Mowax, James Lavelle, DJ Shadow, they were pretty tight at this time. James Lavelle pitched this idea. Shadow was up for it, and then they spent the next 2 years producing science fiction. As much as I love Introducing, and the one that I got prior the Private Press, this is just as good, and in some ways it stands on its own. So this was I'd say a concept record, but this was truly a collaborative effort with DJ Shadow and a ton of just different artists. Everybody from Mike D from the Beastie Boys, Cool G Rap, Tom York from the list was just incredibly surreal. Jason Newsted from Metallica plays bass on a cut, and the idea was that at this point James Lavelle didn't understand the word no. I don't even know if he knew Mike D, but he called up the Beastie Boys. He called up Mike D and said, "Hey, I had this idea. Let's do it. Come on, check it out." Like I said, there was no fear. The downfall of this was that, unfortunately, this did huge numbers for the label. So DJ Shadow hitting 2 for 2 on this one. But unfortunately, they spent so much time working on this album, and there was dispute on author credit that James Lavelle didn't really do much. He was the AR guy, and rightfully so. DJ Shadow didn't want to give up his author credit. Put some bad blood between the two of them. At the same time, the distribution for this label kind of fell through, and then, the business became the business and was no longer fun. There are other releases from Uncle. They never live up. If you're interested in that trip hop or experimental instrumental hip hop or down tempo, this is an amazing release, because not is it just sample based, but again, you have a lot of different great collaborative efforts. 2 songs that I would recommend that anybody who's even slightly interested in what I just had to say about this record, go look for Rabbit in Your Headlights or Lonely Soul. If those 2 songs don't sell you, I got nothing. It's just not for you, which is fine. But if those 2 tracks get you, get this quick. This is the 2019 reissue. It's actually imported. You can see right here. So this is from the Czech Republic. It's about $30 on Amazon if it's still in stock. Originals are through the roof. Even their represses are sitting about 60, 70 bucks. Don't sleep. Get this. This is an amazing album. I have literally spun this. I think I spun it 3 times back to back. I have an original press CD because I wasn't buying vinyl at that time. But the vinyl is absolutely fantastic. Mixed well. It's a double record, so you don't get the tightness of the grooves. It just sounds absolutely phenomenal. They did a quality job on this. Really, the major difference in this and other presses is that this is not a gatefold. I'm just happy to have it on wax. So that's the meager stack that I have. I mentioned before that I had picked up a small collection. I'm still going through that. I have a stack of 30 some odd CDs that I found at the library. It was basically a bag sale. Filled the bag, and it was a couple bucks. So I found some goodies there, so I'm going through that. I'm packing, I'm moving, and this week I got some VCLT to send out that I have promised a couple people that it's supposed to be due, and I do apologize, from the bottom of my heart that I should have got this out sooner. Just life has really just been kicking people. So, but I'm getting it done. It's this week. It's bust because I don't want to move it. I don't want to get this crap out of here before I gotta move. So it's been busy. It's been crazy. So a lot of contests going on. I've entered some. I want to do a couple more just because I want to support everybody. Everyone's been so kind to me this year. I'm flabbergasted that I am up over 270 subscribers. I didn't even think I would, get close to that. So for those of you who have recently subscribed, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. For those of you who are still watching and commenting, bless you all. You're just the kindest people on the planet. I am going to be doing something to celebrate all that. When? After I move. When will that be? Sometime probably in March. But I'm already working on it. And I've already got ideas for it. And I'm going to try to make it fun. That's the best I got. Folks, it's late. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. Hopefully, everybody has a fantastic week. And we'll talk soon. Peace.